I'm Cheryl Elgie from Kerrang in Northern Victoria, Australia. And as advertised, I don't know if I advertised that we're using the pansy patch. Well, I got this when it was a bundle, I think last year, or could have been the year before. Maybe it was the year before because we had paper with it. Yeah, I think it was, actually. I'll just go through some of the options. Hello Di, hello Rhonda, hello Christy. So maybe I'll show you. This was cased from Lorna Carter on YouTube. Now I have a few different ones. I might just show you. This is the one all the girls that came to my launch saw. It's a bit hard to see to show you it on camera. I don't know if you can see. That's kind of, it's good to know what the card's going to look like when we're not doing this because that's retired, so this is retired paper as well, but we are using retired paper for class because I had lots. We need to use it up. I think you can see that pretty well. So as I said, I cased it from, or actually copied it pretty much the same, maybe it's not quite the same, from Lorna Carter on YouTube. So the only thing I've changed, Lorna just put the whole sheet of DSP over this portion here. I find that if you do that and you fold it, it gives a little bit of a bubble. So what I've done is I've cut this, hers was 9.5 by 6.5, these ones. So I've just shaved off 0.1. So mine are, I've left the middle one the same because you can't even really see, so it doesn't matter. And I haven't even, I've left it, I haven't cut it in half or anything. And I just realised last night that I haven't, I was supposed to score you guys. I've gone through, I've done, how many? I've done 12 packs, so I wasn't going to pull them out and do that. I've done everything else, so scored everything else, so I'm not, this is for a class on Saturday. Haven't done this one, so, but I figured that's pretty easy. You just fold in half there, or you can use the trimmer if you want to. So that one, getting back to what I was saying, that one I didn't trim down. As it's only 0.1, you can't really tell, and it didn't matter that that was poking up a bit. If that bothers you, you can surely, you can certainly cut yours in half if you wanted to, but I did not. And once I started making these, I found I couldn't stop. So I've used the Happiness Blooms. These were just, where are we? Something stuck here. These I just cut from the paper, but we are using Happiness Blooms for another card on Saturday, so I didn't want to use it for two. And as you'll see, that's the retired DSP. That's not one of the ones we're using. I just didn't feel that the pansies were the star of the show with using that DSP. So you might have different ideas, but that's just what I thought. And this one I used, so you'll have an option. No one's getting green, but you've got different colours, and I haven't actually worked out a different colourway for the sending flowers, but it's pretty easy. You can just use yellow or whatever for your centres, and use your blue or your purple or whatever if you wanted to use the sending dies. I only have one set of that though, and there's only Rhonda that has that set. Nobody else has purchased it, whereas with the pansy, I think there's a few of you that have told me that you've got that one. This one is the one I took a photo of and popped it up when I did the tutorial the other day. So it's quite different to the others in that that's Mango Melody, and when I created that, I just thought, I just love that. But of course everyone can't have yellow because I wouldn't have enough. It's the only thing with this card is that you have to use 12 by 12 DSP because you've got your whole piece there, so you need a whole sheet for that. Okay, so I'll just give you, while everyone's jumping on, just give you a few options for the DSP. I'm saying that you have to use 12 by 12. I did go through my DSP packs and I'm using this one this afternoon. I could have used the stripy one. It was a hard choice really. Yeah, I could have used the stripy one. I probably could have used, I wasn't sure about the petal pink. It's a bit bright. Yeah, it's kind of a bit bright and I just felt, well, just show you, because I did work out some colours for the, yeah, because it goes on a, let's just have a look. Because it goes on a white circle, yeah, it probably would have been all right, but I chose not to use that. And I didn't have a lot of time, so I was really wanting to work out, who knows, I might do another one at some stage. I was really wanting to work out some pink pansies, because as most of you know, pink is my favourite colour. So in this pack, you've got a couple of options in your pink. This is the True Beauty paper. So you could use the Granny Apple Green one there. It's a whole sheet of that. This is great paper. You don't have to use the floral side if you don't want to. And that's got a lot of different little splotches in it, a lot of texture in that one. So that's a good one to use. Or this one, the Balmy Blue one. Beautiful colour, that. That's that one again. I think that was about it for that one. You could use the Mossy Meadow. Not real fond of Mossy Meadow. I'm not really into dull colours. I'm more into bright colours. So, okay. So I haven't, for the class cards, I actually went ahead and before I knew it, I'd scored and cut. So I thought, why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that. Okay, so there's a few options, you ladies that are coming on Saturday, for your leaves. That's Pear Pizzazz. The base of them is stamped off, so it's just Pear Pizzazz stamped off and Pear Pizzazz over the top. That one is Granny Apple Green, Soft Sea Foam. It's a bit light. Mint Macaron, Old Olive. I wasn't that keen on that one. Garden Green. I wasn't that keen on that one. Shaded Spruce, Soft Succulent, and Evening Evergreen. So you can choose whichever you wish to do. And this one, hang on, I'll just go through the colours of these. I'm going to show you how I stamp the blue, because that's the only one I haven't got a sample of here. Is that the only ones I've got? Yeah, I'm going to do some Tahitian Tide and Balmy Blue, so I'll show you them in a sec. So for this one, I used for the outliney sort of stamp, I used Calypso Coral, and I've used Petal Pink underneath. If you're wanting to do that on your Blushing Bride, you could probably use Blushing Bride underneath, and you could probably use a pink over the top. I'd be excited to try that, because I haven't actually pulled this one out for a while, and I love it. This one I've used Gorgeous Grape with Fresh Freesia, and you will notice I did some blue ones earlier. I'm lying, I have got some. And with these, when I was putting my stamps away, I realised I'd used technically the wrong centre for that, but it's fine. So you could use either. That's the bigger one and that's the little one. The little one's meant for the little flower, obviously, but you could, like if you're waiting on Saturday and there's, yeah, the only one available is the little one, well, I would just go ahead and use that. So that's those two. The Balmy Blue was, did I tell you that? Tahitian Tide and Balmy Blue twice for this little scraggy bit in the middle, and then your black over the top. You could possibly use your navy for the top one, but And this one, that's the Blue and Mango Melody I showed you before. I used Orchid Oasis, and no, the first colour was Starry Sky, then Orchid Oasis, and then Mango Melody. And then I've used Starry Sky in the centre. I have actually put the little black dot, but I wouldn't worry, like on Saturday, it's a tiny little stamp, and I wouldn't worry about using that on Saturday because we're going to put a gem over the top, so you're not even going to see that you've stamped on it. You're welcome to do that if you wish, but I don't think it's necessary. And then you're going to need, see, I've used my new radiating stitch dies for that. I was a bit clever. You don't have to use that. You can use your stitched one the same size. Some of you will have stitched ones, and some from the stitched rectangles dies, and some will have this one. This one worked, and the stitched rectangles worked as well. So I ran them, because I had to do so many, I ran them both through at the same time, save time. So, and this one's from the Scallop Contours. What else you would need is 2 of these circles. I'm not sure which, you'd work out which one it is yourself. I've already adhered those ones to, and I've used the punches are back, the 2-inch punch and the 1 3/4 inch punch for my circles to layer on them, which I was very happy about because that made class prep super easy. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that one now. I've explained what I've done there. I'm going to adhere that, which one? This one to that. Then we'll get to the scoring, and no, we won't get to the scoring and cutting yet. I'll show you how I did the pansies first. Put those in my little dish. Leave that till later. Put that back so as I know where it is. I'm inclined to forget things, forget where things are. So I've got myself a piece. You'll all get a piece of, the other thing I forgot to give you was a little piece, what have I done here? I don't even know if I did it on my cards, that's why I would have forgotten. You could choose to either put yours on, put your piece you write on the back. I think I just put a little, so you might have enough once you've stamped your pansies on that one. The ones who are doing the sending flowers certainly will have enough because you've got the same amount of white cardstock as everybody else. So even though some of you are stamping them at home, I'm still giving you the cardstock that you would need to stamp them. So not trying to get out of giving you all those. So we'll just stamp a few of these and show you how now. Pansies are your favourites. Hello, Glenda. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Margaret and Rhonda. And Christy. I think I said hello to you before. Thanks, everyone. This is lovely. I'm even wondering if I might even change my afternoon to a Thursday. We'll see what happens because Fridays can get a bit busy, can't they? Hello, Cheryl. You don't mind the petal pink, Rhonda? Hi, Nettie. How you going? Lovely of you to be able to join as well. Now, am I in the right? Maybe I need to go that way. I'm never sure. Should know by now which way I need to go. Yeah, it's that way. Sorry about the shadows, but it seems to be, and I've got the fan on because it's, you know that I hate the heat, so I've got to be comfortable. So, okay, so the pansies need to be stamped quite a few times, quite a few different inks. So I've got Tahitian Tide first. We've got this funny looking one, and I tapped too hard. I was watching someone and they said, why you get ink on your block is because you're tapping too hard. So if you do it, I was just doing it before and I thought, yeah, she's right, you know, if you tap gently, you don't get ink on your block. So That's what I should do. So we need 3 of these, 3 big ones. Is anyone going to make this card with me? If you're doing it at home, you might like to use whatever flowers you've got at home. So 3 of those. I'm going to keep going with the dark ink while I've got it out. And 3 of these. Sure if I got that dark enough. It's okay, we've got some spare, we can do it again. And I am inclined to, when I'm not looking at the pad, I'm inclined to go a bit rough. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't need that anymore. I'll go with the balmy blue. Sorry if I get my head in the road. I'll try and line that up. Oops, yeah, and around the right way would be good. Some of you said that you would have to go back and figure out how to stamp your pansies again, so I thought I might as well do a little bit of a brush up on how we do that. So just, because it's a 2-step stamp, we just line that up. See, that one's darker than that one because I've used it twice, so use the stamp twice. It kind of works like that, doesn't it? Okay, that's all we need for that one. It's not all we need. We'll come back to that. Let's keep going with the little ones. Sorry if this is boring. I'm not going to die cut all of these. I've done enough for this card before. And there I go, bashing the ink pad again. Need to smack myself. And we're still not done with the balmy blue ink. Where's the one that I need? There's a couple of different stamps. Here we go, it's this one. So we just do the centre with this one. This is what I did anyway. You can, these ones are probably the hardest ones to line up, but really doesn't matter if you don't get it exactly right. It's still going to look fine. Where are you? I think that's right. Got the pansies nearly done. So now we need our, this is the big one for the big one. I might have got that on an angle, haven't I? I can't really see, so I just go for it. And it landed somewhat in the right spot. And with this one, and I'll just show you a couple of leaves. That one was a bit off. Once you put the gem in, you don't really notice. Now, I did my leaves in Parakeet Party. Oh, I love these bright colours. They are gorgeous. I could not get my pad. Sometimes they stick. I hate it when I can't get it on top of there, but it wasn't happening. So, and as with the pansies, you're better off to, see, it jumps up and down. I hate it. But anyway, got to bear with it. So that one's done in the, just when you're stamping, just with your leaves, you need to leave a little bit of space, and I'll show you why. Hang on, where's the one for that? Because this is kind of a part of the leaf, and when you put in the other part of the leaf actually becomes a bit bigger. So you're going to stamp off, and then we're going to go, this is the big one, we're going to go over the top of that, and then same with the little one, we're going to stamp off, get my eyes to line up. That's not too shabby. So that's how we do we needed quite a few of them. I think I did, you'll see anyway when I put the card together. I'm going to, I'll get rid of that and that one. I'm going to actually clean these, sorry about that, but I know what I'm going to do if I don't. And rather warm here the last few days, so stamp off. I'm not going to take these off their blocks because then they'll be ready for Saturday, won't they? Just nobody just put them on top of each other, because that's a no-no. We did that once at class and it took a bit to get them freed up. They kind of suction together. What I mean is, if don't put your blocks, don't stack them on top of that, one on top of the other, because they suction together. And I was scared I was going to have to, yeah. One of the girls got it free with the bone folder. That was a few years ago now, so I've always told everybody to just be careful, don't stick it on top of there. So now that'll save me putting our nice cardstock in there. Pop that over there for a second. There's our flowers. Now you have, I was going to just cut this for you and let you see, but I wanted to use the rest of it, the scraps, for cutting out my shapes. So is anyone doing this with me? I might be going too fast. What's tomorrow? Why did you say tomorrow, Rhonda? Not sure what you mean there. Probably answering one of my questions and I'm not sure what I said. So your A4 cardstock is, it's 21, we're in Australia, so it's 21 anyway. So you're going to turn it that way. Hang on, you're going to turn it that way and cut it at 20, which I've done. So I might just grab a piece out so that you know what I'm talking about. So this is already 21, okay? So we put it across here, which is what I've done there, at 20. Put it at 20 here, where are we? Put it at 20 there and we cut it there. I'm not going to cut it because I don't want a base in white. And then that becomes 20 by 21, okay? But it's important which way you have this on your trimmer to do your middle score line. You want to score it at, don't want inches, you want to score on the 20 centimetre side, you want to score at, hang on, yes that's right, you want to score at 10 centimetres. So we turn that this way and score at 10 centimetres. Oh, tried to run over my finger, didn't quite work. Oh, is that right? So I wasn't, no, that's not right. What have I done there? 10. What have I done? just wasted my cards. I've done it on the 21 centimetres side. Oh, it's all right. We've got plenty of cards still. Better check. I haven't done that. Made that mistake for you guys because I've already done your scoring and they all are looking good. So we go to 21 here. Probably can't see that, but I'm cutting that at 21. Then I'm turning it around. I'm scoring. It's stuck on a block at 10. That looks better. Just measure twice, cut once. No, that's 21. It's this way. Getting myself all confused now. That's 21. Have I cut it? I've cut them both at 21. What a deal. No wonder it wouldn't work. It's 20. I'm just going to check that. I don't think I've got an unlimited supply of Tahitian pie. 21 by 21. In my excitement, I've done 21 instead of 20. Probably could have just shaved that off the other one. That would have been right. Right, that should be right now. Bring this down. They're very close in measurement, so I'm just checking. 10 and 10. I shouldn't need to do that, but didn't want to make a muck up again, did I? So that's 10 centimetres. Yeah, they're very close in measurement, so that's why I got it a little bit wrong. I'm not going to score that. I'm just going to give that a bit of a crease so that I can see the score lines. Now we need to place it on the 7 centimetre line. Is anyone? Yeah, I went, just looking at Glenda's comment, I went online and googled pansies and looked at what colours they had. Now I'm going to stand up because when I sit down I can't get it right on the score line. So I'm going to cut from the score line here to the edge here, okay? I'm going to do that at 7 and then at 14. I like to put it on the line and score that way rather than score down because you can go across too far. Now I'm not even sure how I did a 5 centimetre one in the middle, but like this probably, yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? As long as I don't go across the other two. So I am going to score this, going to score this middle one that I didn't do for you guys. I'm sure you'll manage. And then I have to look at my sample to see which way to go here. You can either do this on your mat or you can do it on the trimmer. That's how I did all of yours. So I'm going to score from the right hand corner to the left, the right hand top corner to the left hand bottom corner on this one, and it's pretty easy to do on using our trimmer, she says, hoping she can do it while she's live crafting. Anything can happen. So I don't know if you can see, I don't know if I can see. I'm not going to start from there, so we're going to start from, I think, yeah, you can see that on camera. We're going to start from this the intersection of those lines there, and we're going to go down to the bottom here, okay? Like I said, you can do that with your scorer and your bone folder and a mat if you're not comfortable doing it like this. And really, I did, when I first did these cards, I must have been having a bad day with my cataracts, and I didn't get it quite right. Well, I just went back and scored it again. It was fine. So, not going to, don't get too stressed if you think you've made a big mistake, as you can fix it. So we're going to go again from there to there. And we've got our scoring done. Make sure she's done that right. Yeah, so they kind of, if you kind of look at it like that. So I won't bother scoring that any further. I'm just going to grab these and explain. Now, one of these is a bit bigger. I think it was the bottom one. Yeah, these two are the same, but they are cut differently. So for the left-hand one, if you're wanting to cut them in the middle, I've cut all yours in the middle, so don't stress about this. We want the hearts up the right way. We're going to cut from the top right to the bottom left. Okay. And no, you can't just stack it and cut them both the same because it won't fit. And again, you should be able to line both of those corners up in your trimmer. So then that one goes there. And then it was this one. So we're going to go the opposite way with this one. We're going to go from top left to bottom right. Okay. I think I might be done with the trimmer now. Just get my bone folder and burnish all of that. So you can see it's pretty easy really. The decorating takes the longest. But I've already die cut all of my pansies, so I shouldn't be keeping you too long. Nothing more boring than watching someone die cut, I don't think. Anyway, I've got better things to do, and I'm sure you have too. If anyone's new and they don't know what we mean about die cutting, I should just show you what we mean by die cutting, just because this won't fit through the mini machine. I'll just, where will I cut? I'll just cut. These little pansies off. And we'll grab out baby blue. I'll just show you, I don't know how much you'll even see on here. So, just to show you without that in the road. So we're going to, where do I put my dies now? And with this set, you get the dies, you can make up pansies just with the dies as well, which makes a lot bigger pansy. But I'm sorry, I wasn't going to die cut all of those for you guys. And they wouldn't really fit on my card anyway. They take up too much room. There's horses for courses, isn't there? So stick that down with some washi tape. We don't have a magnetic platform. I thought my hubby had fixed my big one. Does it all come unstuck that we got refunded for? You glued it down, but it's come unglued again. So I guess we've got to go with the washi tape. Okay, so that is how, I'll show you that in a sec, that's how we die cut. And you'll be able to put a big flower, a little flower, and a big and a little leaf on the machine at the one time, so it's not going to take super long. I've got 3 machines, but one I like to keep for my own use, so some of the girls have got them, so I think we should be right, because even though we've got 8, we're going to all be working on different cards. So 4 will be working on, I think I'll have 4 work on the 2 simpler cards, and then have 4 work on the on this card that's a bit more involved, even though it's not really that involved. I'll probably panic about nothing really. So then we're going to pop down our, put the glue over there, didn't I, my adhesive. Making sure our hearts are up the right way. Centre that up, like that, and then pick out our correct pieces. For here I might put the middle one on first, and you'll see what I mean about it not mattering, that it's not cut in the middle. Or you can decide for yourself, and you're welcome to chop it down the middle if you'd like. Come on. It's not laying flat, so it's being a bit tricky to get the paper onto. There we go, and then I'd just give that another burnish like that. See what I mean about the paper? It's worse on the diagonal, but you might not, that might not bother you. It bothered me. I had adhered them on, and then I took them off and redid them now. That one must be that way because the hearts are that way. Okay, so that's that way. Let's get that on. Hopefully that's straight. I couldn't see from my finger. Love using my silicone mat because I can get right in the corner of that triangle. And there we go. Now, it must be, yeah, that must be that way, and that must be that way. Phew, she did them the right way round. I knew I had because I checked. You don't have any directional paper, so that made cutting up a little bit easier. Doesn't matter which way I've done the paper. Line that up there. Okay. Push that down and bring it back from the score line a little bit. So that fits nicely in there. Now where's our circles? Oh, did I cut my... Yes, I panicked there for a minute. I thought I hadn't cut my white bit, but I have. That's okay. So I might put the pansies on before I adhere things down. Now, where's my blue ones? Over here. I've already given them a zhuzh. Technical word, zhuzh. And I'll just copy what I did with this one that I'm looking at up here. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll go the other way. That'll do. Maybe I'll even go rogue and put 3 flowers on this one because I can, because I've got an extra one, and I might. I think I've got an extra one. I just cut one. Where is it? Yep, I do. I just put one in the centre. Then if I want to slip one under, I can. I don't know if I like that. Maybe that's why I went with one. Let's twist that around and get that off, hopefully without marking my... Oh, there it is. I should have laid this out first, shouldn't I? Can do probably that, I reckon. Now, where do I want my leaves? I will lay these out so that I don't adhere things down that I've got to pull up. Hopefully I did enough leaves. That one. I reckon you need uneven numbers of leaves. We'll just see where we want that. Because that one's got 3, we might do that. 2, maybe. Looks like it's got wings, so we don't want that. Maybe we'll do that. How's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I reckon I like that. Good to remember where you put them. But if you take them up one at a time, it's not that hard to remember. I've got the best gems for these too. They just fit perfectly in the centres of them. I'll show you in a minute. Or you could have used, I could have used black, but I just love the, I can't remember what they're called. I'll grab them down in a minute. And I've put all my pansies on. Love these pansies. Now, where was that one? Is it there like that? Maybe I want to switch those. Looked good before, but I don't like it now. Stick you on there. And twist this around so that I'm not, hopefully, not pulling the cardstock apart. I need to grab another dimensional now. Botheration. Yeah, that. If I just place it there without pushing it down. Take that off. I think I'm set now. Yeah, that looks not too shabby. Whoops, I didn't push that down. Now it's gone the wrong spot. There we go. That's fine. Now, where's my big circles gone? I'm bound to lose something, aren't I? Here we go. I threw them in here. I did. Now, for the big circles, you want them looking at each other. So, that makes sense. That's what I mean. Put it over there so I don't lose it. You want one to go, didn't really want that there, but it's there now, excuse me, so we might have two on that one. That one landed a bit low because when it's folded up, like, and that's folded up, I have to investigate myself. I've done all this cutting up and then I haven't, yeah, you only put half your circle on there, obviously. The bottom ones can go flat on there, but you need to leave that little bit of adhesive there up the top. Okay, where's this? So you kind of want them looking at each other, like, yeah, about like that. And any questions? Put a big one here. It's not quite where I had that. I want a small one. I've only got big ones left. Yes, well, we like playing around, Glenda. Easy's not always the way we want to go. Some of us want to spend a little bit more time on someone special, especially if you make a card like this. Wouldn't just give this to anyone, I wouldn't. Anyway, the girls can have a choice. They can use the sending ones or they can use these ones. That's those done, and then, as I said, the bottom ones, the little ones, are just put down flat, and they don't have to be, do they? Let's do another look. I've got them kind of one's straight and the other one isn't. It probably depends how I've stuck the circles on, doesn't it? There's another one. Here it is. I'll just put these down flat, and I might be able to, not flat, but put them down just looking at me straight on. If I have to turn the circle, that's what we'll do. Big one I've got extra leaves. What a bonus. Okay. I'll need those for my sentiment. Let's get this baby together. So this one goes, I'm going to put the adhesive carefully on this piece because I only want it on this half. So just line everything up. There we go. And this one's for this side. So we just want adhesive on this side of our circle. So that it's like about there. And that coming off the edge really. Like about there. Oops, and she went to just stick it down like she normally does, forgetting that she's only putting adhesive on that half. Easy to forget when you're thinking you're on the home stretch and you're not. Okay, anyway, find this, I would use some sort of tape runner or tear and tape for these bits because I find this, well, once you put the wet glue on, I love the wet glue, but once you put it on, it's there for good. So then these ones can go. There's another one. And I've got to do my sentiment yet. I'm just going to place that there so I can work out. I don't think they need to be no, they can go on flat, and I think we know that we need, where are they? Took them away. No, told you I'd lose something. Where did my, oh, here we go. So I want to put some dimensionals on here. I actually think I used the adhesive sheets on here and just cut a big chunk. It was easier than pulling all the backings off. There goes one. I had one on top of my shoe the other night. They get everywhere, don't they? That one's right down there. My pansy I'm talking about, not my dimensional. So I put that there. You can also get them off pretty easily with your dimensionals as well if you happen to put it in the wrong space. We can fix any mistakes, pretty much any mistakes, can't we, girls? So I had that to the edge and that just, whoops, I had that straight on. Sorry, my arm's probably in the way, but I've got to be able to see where I've lined that one up. There we go, and then we'll put this on here in the centre. Hello, Myrtle. Thanks for joining us. I had that about there. Now I've got a little scrap. I think. Yes, that'll fit the... And where's my mat gone? It's all about losing the thing you had 5 seconds ago. Here it is. Yeah, it had to be here somewhere. And I think we'll go Tahitian Tide. I'm going to use... I've got several happy birthday ones, girls, for Saturday. We're going to use the birthday wishes out of this one. Other ones we could use out of, let me think, out of Heron Habitat. There's a happy birthday in there. And the Peaceful Poppies, there's a happy birthday in there. Just make sure that's nice and dark. I haven't re-inked any of my ink pads, so I'm hoping that the ink's all been fine for me, so I'm hoping that it's going to be all good for you as well. Don't want to make them too inky, do we? Make a mess everywhere. I don't know what I'd do without this punch. I just love it. So I'm hoping it doesn't retire. I'll be grabbing another one if it does, before it's gone. Just makes stamping so much easier if you don't have to be die cutting everything. Now for our gems. These gorgeous things. Which ones were they? Aussie dots. And I used the blue. And our very useful take your pick tool. I've got some glue on there somewhere. I'll worry about that later. I use the really big ones for the big ones, and then don't know that I used the little tiny ones. I don't think I did. I gave you guys extra, so because I was too lazy to cut in between. That was the reason. Not that I'm kind or anything. Anyway, you'll be able to put them, use them on these cards or use them for something else. Now, what did I do here? I have 3 of those. I think we'll go with the medium ones. And I've got an extra one here. So just bear that in mind. If you do an extra pansy tomorrow, not tomorrow, Saturday, you won't have, oh yes, you will have enough gems because I gave you extra, didn't I? It mightn't be the same size, but that might not bother you. So there, I think we are done. Just put those away. Put my ink out the way and just give you a look at that. I don't think I need to do anything else. There we go. Do you love it? Oh, I love the blue. I'm a pink person, but I just love the blue. Trying to find where that bone folder goes. Thanks, Margaret. Thanks, Glenda. Okay, well, I better go see what we're having for dinner. thanks for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that little presentation of one of the cards we're doing on Saturday, and the girls will be able to look back onto this video if they're not sure how to stamp their pansies or how to put this card together. So, minus my mistakes. Hopefully I won't make any mistakes Saturday. I've made them all today. Okay. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Bye-bye for now.